Hi everyone, I'm Yuko Alice. I'm an English teacher. I teach at an English school that hires Japanese bilinguals. I frequently get to ask by my students how you can improve your English skills or how you can become a good English speaker. I would like to share some tips with you today. So let's get started. Tips number 1, don't translate. Many of you might have experienced translating one word after another, lining them up in your own language. To speak in English, I'm sorry, but that wouldn't work. To speak in English, you need to be thinking in English and put the words in the correct order. So tips number 1, don't translate. Tips number 2, be ready with certain phrases. It's always good to be ready. So whenever you have time to study English, write down phrases so that you can be ready to use at any time. Change some vocabularies or change some tense or places and read them out with your emotion until you feel really comfortable with it. So that it will come out in your conversation very naturally by those words. So tips number 2, be ready with certain phrases. Tips number 3, be simple but be vibrational. Simplicity is a key when it comes to English. You can deliver your message, keep being focused when it is very simple conversation. And to keep it upbeat or vivid or interesting, to keep the good connection between the people who are talking to each other. So tips number 3, keep it simple but keep it vibrational. So those were my tips for today. Next, I'd like to show you some conversation examples. The first conversation will be something very vibrational. The next one will be very simple but very solid. So let's see how different it would be. Okay, let's get started. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good, and you? I'm doing good too. Anything new? Well, I saw my friend the other day after work. She said she took trial session for yoga class. Wow, sounds interesting. Yeah, and she made me think that I also want to try it too. You know what? Me too, actually. Why don't we go together when we both are available to take yoga's trial lesson? Oh, that sounds brilliant. Okay, great. Let's do that. Okay, so that's like a very very vibrational conversation between the two, and you ended up getting like the next chance to get together. Okay, and here it comes another example, which is very simple and solid. Hi, how are you? I'm doing okay, and you? So. Anything new? Well, nothing much. Every day is like overwork and I get really tired. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If you had some free time, what would you like to do? Well, you know what? I guess I want to sleep and keep quiet. So it can become like that different. So one was very open and very vibrant, can get like great connection between another speaker. And another one was like only being yourself and being closed, so that you don't want to accept another person to get into your conversation. So it had that kind of difference. It's amazing difference, isn't it? Okay, so I think that's about it for today. It was my first video ever to talk about some tips for English conversation. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you some other time soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.